month, Indiana University Health laid off about 900 workers as part of a move to trim its budget by $1 billion over 5 years. Vanderbilt plans to eliminate 1,000 jobs by the end of the year to help shave operating costs 8% a year. The Cleveland Clinic is offering buyouts to 3,000 employees as it shaves its annual operating costs by $330 million. Paul Davidson and Barbara Hansen, 2013 U.S. Today. We can't have a system that works better for the insurance companies than it does for the American people. And they will keep on doing this for as long as they can get away with it. Guy Benson, 2013 NBC News. Today, I will be informing you about the effects of Obamacare on our society and how it is going to affect us negatively in the future. I am credited to speak on behalf of this topic since I have done extensive research and understand this subject as a clear, recent topic that most people do not understand. I will be doing this by feeding you more knowledge of damaging effects of Obamacare that include the laws unconstitutionally forcing people to buy health insurance. It will raise premiums and taxes, and job cutbacks will increase. Since the Constitution was written, we have protected our rights above all else. So why not now? Why should we be forced to buy what health insurance President Obama chooses for us? In a framing a government which is to be administered by men over men, the greatly difficulty lies in this. You must first enable the government to control the governed, and in the next place, oblige it to control itself. James Madison quote said by Roger Benson, 2011, Cato Institution. Obamacare is unconstitutional because it goes against Article 1, Section 7. It states that bills that enforce taxes must come from the House of Representatives. Therefore, Obamacare is revenue-raising tax legislation originated in the Senate in violation of the Constitution. Andrew C. McCarthy, 2013 National Review Online. Let me take you back to the 10th Amendment. The powers not delegated to the U.S. by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. The framers believed that limiting federal power and allowing the residual power to remain in the hands of the state and of the people would help ensure protection of our fundamental liberties and reduce the risk of tyranny and abuse. The great Chief Justice John Marshall noted that those limited may not be mistaken or forgotten. The Constitution is written. They say that Obama says, pass the bill, and then whenever time comes, we're going to fix it. Well, do you go out and spend $1 trillion on a car and then say you'll fix it later? These are just a few stories that I've read of people saying that they're going to pass the bill and the Democrats think that it'll work for now and then we'll fix it better later. Well, it's unconstitutional to make someone pay for something that they might not have the money to do or that they don't choose to have. All across America, families and small businesses are struggling to make ends meet. They're being crushed by higher taxes as well as more regulations and mandates from Obamacare. Marlin Strutzman, 2013 U.S. Today. Due to the enormous cost of Obamacare, several new taxes have been passed. Mike Patton, 2013 Forbes. The more access students have to loans, the more money is spent, resulting in more debt, being students, for the most part, have trouble paying off loans. Tom Jefferson, song host, 2013 Red State. This is saying that with Obamacare and all that it's affecting in the future, the taxes, we're not going to be able to have, they're shutting down the banks giving out loans to students. So therefore, students will be taking loans out that aren't going to have co-signers on them. Therefore, it's going to put us in worse debt because with a co-signer, you have that protection. The bank has the protection that if they don't pay it, then the co-signer has to be there to help back them up. 41% of the business surveyed have frozen hiring because of the health care law known as Obamacare. Dan Mangum, 2013 CNBC, to think that nearly 20% of small businesses have already reduced the numbers they have in their business because they're concerned about the medical coverage is significant and a bit troubling. Friedman said, Dan Mangum, 2013, CNBC. Larger companies have to provide health benefits to full-time workers or pay $2,000 per person fine. Karen McVeigh, 2013, The Guardian. So far this year, the healthcare sector has announced 41,085 layoffs, the third most behind financial and industrial companies. Paul Davidson and Barbara Hansen, 2013, U.S. Today. In conclusion, Obamacare causes premium increase, loss of coverage, government takeover of student loans, less money for education, and crushing fiscal burden. Younger generations are going to pay for what we are being given. Affecting the banks giving out loans now, the federal government does, and no cosigner, and people can't pay back, which puts the U.S. in more debt in the future. By feeding you knowledge on this topic of the negative effects of Obamacare on our society, that included this law is unconstitutionally forcing people to buy health insurance. It will raise premiums and taxes, and job cutbacks will increase. I hope you now have a better grasp on the concept of Obamacare and the troubles that have arose with this law and the problems that we've yet been faced with. Now I'm asking you, what benefits do you see coming out of this unconstitutional law? This is taxing us with misrepresentation, increasing the job cutbacks in the United States.